What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy. I'm back. I know it's been a while, but you know it's your boy, the D here, aka the Captain of the Thunder God Pirates, aka the Moon Hashira, aka the wielder of the Crest of Kindness, aka he who will bring the storm. But it is Sunday, July 24th, and you know it's been about a month, so you know what it is. So before we get into it, just real quick, thank you for all the likes, the comments, the subscriptions. You know, thank you. And thank you for taking this ride with me, and I really appreciate it. But without further ado, yet again, we're here for a reason. So sit back, relax, enjoy your turn, because it's about to be a bumpy ride. One Piece, chapter 1054, Flame Emperor. So we cut back. Well, we start off in the Flower Capital yet again. Party, Kaido's been defeated. Luffy's one of the 4 emperors. Buggy's the emperor. We're still waiting on that one. We're still waiting on that. That's just shit. Anyway, so we hear Denjiro and a couple of scabbards talking. Denjiro, you notice too? We mustn't let Sir Luffy and his companions hear about this. Come, cats. So, and when we left off last time, Admiral Real Kyogu Green Bull, aka, well, real name Aramaki, was coming to the Flower Capital to capture Luffy. So, for his senpai, Akainu, don't know what that's about, but hey, you know, I'm not the judge. So Aramaki's still walking towards the Flower Capital, and with every step he takes, the foliage grows. Like every step, there's like a field of flowers behind him. As I said last time, and he's going on about something about influence. The thing about influence, when you really want it, it can be hard to gain. So he's just like pontificating. He's really monologuing, talking to himself. He looks up. He sees Raizo, Shinobu, Dogstorm, Denjiro, Kawamatsu, and Nekomamushi, Catbiter. Oh shit! I haven't really fucked with One Piece in the past month, so damn. Cause Ashura Doji's gone, Izo's gone. I think the only scabbard who is alive that isn't there, well, only 2 would be Okiku and Kinemon. Yeah, they're the only ones who are alive who aren't there. Because the other 2 died. And, you know, Chondro, rat bastard. Wait a minute, we still don't even know what happened to Orochi. We think he died in the fire, but as far as there being like a concrete confirmation, we don't know. So anyway, so Aramaki, he is undeterred. He's like, look, samurai, you don't want to get in my way. So then Raizo and Denjiro, they're like, okay, he's from the Navy, you know, and then Raizo's like, okay, he's from the Navy. Denjiro's like, okay, they're Luffy's enemy abroad. So yet again, working with Kaido, and even then, from Kinemon and Raizo being abroad for so long, they kind of know a little bit. Well, and then Nekomamushi and Inuarashi, you know, they know about the Navy. So he's like, okay. Now here we get a good look at Aramaki's personality, and it's not good. And believe me, the other admirals, their personalities, especially within like the machinations of the world government, were never favorable. Akainu was Akainu. Believe me, my favorite character is Ace, so you know how I feel about him. And Kizaru's is wishy-washy. Aokiji wasn't that bad. Fujitora is pretty cool. But, you know, yet again, but because they work for the Navy, you know, at some point they've got to make some moral compromises when it comes to work. When it comes to hell, being an admiral who we know from 957 Ultimate are in under direct order of the Celestial Dragons. So it's like, okay, so you having that rank doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise that yet again you gotta make those moral compromises. But this shit is ridiculous. Like, I think out of all, even Akainu, even him, and he is a rat bastard. Even I gotta be like, I think this motherfucker might be worse. Reason being, he goes on to say, okay, so you know how things outside work. The celestial dragons are the gods of the world. Here in this country, unaffiliated with the world government, you have no human rights. Sorry, I'm looking at my other screen, but motherfucker said that shit with his whole chest and both lungs. So then he's sending his plants over to attack them, and they're pretty much, they're parrying them. And then we get his first named attack, Robes of Wrath. It's a play on words like Grapes of Wrath, which is a famous novel. So, yet again, Oda's punny, he likes his puns. So we then find out the name of his devil fruit. I'm a woodsman with the power of the woods, or I think in Japanese it's mori mori. You know what I mean? I'm a woodsman with the power of the woods fruit. The forest is just as much the cradle of life as the sea. It is pure logia, nature itself. So name and type. So he is a logia user. Weird. So you get a quick panel of people still partying it up. So while we have a Navy HQ admiral going the fuck off, nobody else notices, at least for the time being. And he goes on to say, which yet again with his deplorable personality, let me teach you something. Humankind has lasted through the ages by creating the and defining the inferior. All the rest of us can look down our noses at you unaffiliated countries. Discrimination creates solace. Like, what he said is wrong as two left shoes, but let me elaborate on that. Because largely, we define things by their opposites. We don't know what cold is because we know what hot is. We know what up is because we know what down is. We know what light is because we know what dark is. Think like something like that and vice versa. So what he's pretty much saying is that for as long as humankind has existed, they've given themselves value by determining what does not have value. In this case being countries that are unaffiliated with the world government. And with that being said, the ability to discriminate creates solace for the masses. Because no matter how bad it is within a country affiliated with the world government, it can always be worse. At least, even if you're a poor country affiliated with the world government, you have rights. You really don't, because the world government's dirty as fuck, but yet again. And then he goes on to say, while attacking and turning into a tree himself, and pretty much this motherfucker's going full Hashirama. And he says it doesn't matter how many people he kills in this country because the law doesn't apply here. And he's like, hell, just try to stop me. I'll kill thousands of you just to reach stride. And then we see Yamato jump out of the sky. You won't be doing anything. And she hits him over the head with her kanabo. Smacks him in the back of the head. His head hits the ground. And he gets up, holding his head like. He's like, damn, that's some tough cock. Some tough hockey. I'm gonna say cocky. Anyway, so then Yamato on the stage. People of this country, they've lived 20 years under Kaido's rule. We're not gonna let you fuck this up. And then she introduces herself. I'm Yamato, son of Kaido. And yet again, I say she. There's a reason for that we may go into one day, but not going into today because I don't want to cause an argument. But there's a reason why I say she. Then he's like, son of Kaido. And then another voice says, well said, Yamato, the heroes have yet to heal from their battle, and we won't allow you to harm them. Then we see Momonosuke in his dragon form come out and use one of Kaido's moves, Blast Breath. And then we see the tree that is Aramaki stand against the dragon that's Momonosuke. So he's like, what the hell? Because he's seeing a dragon, but yet again, Kaido was defeated. What the hell's happening? And then so everybody's just looking like, Lord Momonosuke? Like, then Momonosuke runs across the ground and then goes over to bite Aramaki and tells him to leave this place and be gone from the capital. And he says, do not make them worry because I swore an oath. And so yet again, Aramaki's like, wait a minute, pink dragon, that's weird. And he's like, I haven't heard of anyone with those powers. Because yet again, so far, Kaido was the only dragon that they had to deal with. But even as Momonosuke is pushing him back, Aramaki then uses his roots to grab him in places and lift him up. And then Momonosuke tells Yamato that she must not fight him. Yeah, and even Yamato's like, what? But at this point, we do have a cut to the sea near Wano. We cut over to the flagship of the Red Hair Pirates, the Red Force. Which, I just love that fucking name. Like, hold up, just the Red Force. Hold on. Just say it with me. Red Force. With the dragon figurehead. Hold up. Just Red Force. Shit's dope. Anyway. So, apparently, the Red Force is... Damn, that's a cool name. Anyway, the Red Force is sailing past or near Wano. And then someone's saying there's a weird one mixed into the bunch. And somebody's like, let's go to it, Captain. Look, he's a great pirate. It's been ages. Haven't been here since we said farewell to Odin. Which I'm believing that the other voice is Shanks, not the one saying Captain, because he wouldn't call himself Captain. I suppose Momo and Yuri are all grown up now. But we see that it was Lucky Roo. Captain, let's go see Luffy. And then another one of the crew members, one with the monkey, I think his name is Monster or something. I can't remember his name. He's like, he's amazing. Let's look how far he's come. And then Yasop's like, wait a minute, like, we can't disembark. I don't think I'm ready to see Usopp yet. So he's nervous to see his son. And even the other guy, one of the other guy with sunglasses and the bandana who was with Shanks before, I think his name is Lime Juice. He's like, that snot-named kid still around, right? Now, I think he meant nosed. I think he meant nosed. It's either a translation or it's just the way he speaks. Because it's probably like a play on words. They're getting more Oda being punny. It's not nosed. Name with nose. I don't know. He's got a paper picking a fight with us. But I think he might be talking about Luffy, because he says he's got a paper picking a fight with us. And to what I know, that Usopp never picked a fight with him, but Luffy may have. And it's funny how everybody's like they want to see Luffy, but he doesn't, because I don't think when the red-haired pirates were stationed, when they were hanging out in the Goa Kingdom in the east, I don't think he was with them. Then we go over to Shanks, who's looking at the paper, just thinking to himself. And then we get a flashback. That's Red Hair's ship. Seems like there are CP9 agents on board. That's trouble. Nothing to worry about. We sail. And we see a young Shanks attacking a government ship. And then in the next panel, we get a young who's who. Because yet again, we can tell by the horns. So now we know those horns, they weren't his helmet. They were his. So even, again, young who's who. He's like, what are they after? There's no treasure here, only a single devil fruit. What could that mean to them? It just turns you into rubber. Then we get a quick montage of them in the bar with Luffy, Shanks getting his arm bit off, and him grabbing it, and him just remembering everything that's been happening. So then we see a couple of the other red hairs talking. It looks like they're probably swapping the deck. They're like, so y'all can hear me better. They're like, guess all the bosses know that Straw Hat guy. Then one of them's like, know what I heard about Luffy? And then the one guy who got the face of a gorilla, he might be a mink or maybe even a zone user. He's like, that he's like some monstrous, uncontrollable ape man. At least that's what they say, which is kind of funny because you're the guy with the ape head. And then Shanks says something that's very surprising. He says that he's not interested in seeing Luffy. And then even Lucky Roo's like, wait a minute, that's our dog. That's our guy, man. And then I think it's Shanks like, remember what's happening in our territory now? Oh, there's that follower of Luffy's part something. So that cover story is real. Well, all the cover stories are canon. But yeah, the cover story, we're gonna touch on that. He burned down, and they're like, he burned down our flags. He burned our flags down and replaced them with Luffy's. So how would that make me look? What happens to the trust put in me? So it looks like Bartolomeo may have accidentally set Luffy and Shanks against each other. So then Shanks goes over where Ben Beckman is. And Lucky Roo's thinking about it. He's like, off screen, he's like, okay, I guess you do have a point. And Lucky Roo Ben Beckman smoking a cigarette, just like, because even he wants to see Luffy. They all want to see Luffy, but Bartolomeo being his stupid ass self is it's made it hard. You can't just look, a motherfucker can't kick your door in and y'all be hunky-dory. It's not how it works. So then they pour some sake. Shanks pours some sake and says, say Beck, I think it's time to make our move. And Beckman just looks at him. Let's claim the One Piece. Doom. And then we cut over to Navy HQ in the New World. We can't let the revolutionaries keep running around unchecked, Akainu. I know, but we don't have the troops to send. Somebody else. They're calling him Flame Emperor Sabo now. He's the hero of the entire world. So normally, I think we cut to the room of authority, but now it looks like it might just be Sakazuki's office. 800 years ago, the world government was created by 20 founders. Of their descendants, only Nefertari Cobra attended the revolution this year, which is why his murder was so meaningful to the Revolutionary Army. And we see a paper whose headline reads, Revolutionary Army Chief of Staff Sabo kills King of Alabasta, Cobra. And then we have a short flashback just hours before that in the land of the gods, the living area of the Celestial Dragons. They destroyed the hoof of the Celestial Dragons, symbol of the world nobles, in a declaration of war. Admirals Ryokugyo, and Fujitora led the Navy into battle, but in the end, the ex-revolutionary and Celestial Dragon slave Bartholomew Kuma was freed, and all of the revolutionaries escaped. And yet again, in that same room, I'm certain it was difficult for the admirals to exhibit their full power in the land of the gods. And to which Sakazuki even says, don't make excuses for them. Which, it kind of makes sense, because look at Punk Hazard. 2 admirals exhibited their full power. And what did we get? Turned half the island to a fucking burning hellscape, the other half to an Antarctic tundra. So... And I've seen people talk about this morning. People are like, oh, that just puts power scaling in check. No, it really doesn't, because they were up there with the Celestial Dragons. The motherfuckers were not trying to have them fuck up their home. Now, do I still believe that admirals can't take on the Yonko themselves? But I do think a concession has to be made for the admirals not being able to exhibit their full power while they were in Reach One. And then the next panel, and what about the disappearance of Princess Vivi, which happened at the same time as Koba's murder? Then we get another new introduction. Director, Naval Bureau of Investigation. Alias, Kuro Uma. Real name, Tensei. And Kuro Uma goes on to say, we're still investigating the matter as well as any possible connections between the two. And then as he's walking away, smoking a cigar, even Sakazuki is like, it's a double blow for Alabasta. Their ship's still at the Red Port, in fact. They can't send it home with all that's going on. Then we see one of the people that he was talking to was Kizaru, because with everything that's happened, I thought maybe something might happen. The keys would kind of set shit up like, okay, the admirals are gonna be on the chopping block. But we see that he was here and he's fine. Can we assume the attempted murder of St. Charles is solved then Sakazuki, then I think it's Kuruma who said, as far as the accusation that St. Mealsguard let the attacker escape, that's been deliberated in the land of the gods. The Holy Knights have intervened and it's all a big mess now. And then Sakazuki chimes in, let them figure it out. Yet again, he's got his own shit to deal with. Then we come back over to Kuruma. But in each case, the public is convinced that Sabo was the one pulling the strings, and it's causing quite a stir. Add to that the recent events orchestrated during the king's return with the 8-Nation Revolution, and now new sparks of rebellion smolder all over the world. They are beginning to worship him, Sabo, like he's some kind of god, a flame emperor. We see in Logtown, they have a big picture of Sabo erected, and there are people chanting his name, holding weapons. At this point in time, he's so popular he might have more influence than Dragon, commander-in-chief of the revolutionaries. Then we cut back over to Borsellino. Now, his brother, Straw Hat Luffy, is an emperor of the sea. And then somebody below the Sabo picture, in the world of pirates, Flame Emperor's brother has upended the old order, and times are indeed changing. As he's looking out over the sea, Sakazuki, this is one hell of an age I had to be fleet admiral in. Yeah, motherfucker, you should have just let Aokiji have it. But no, you wanted to be admiral. But then he goes on to say, but no matter who comes at us, I'll drive each and every one of them back to the depths of the sea. Doom. Chapter 1054 end, to be continued in 1 week. So break next week, we're getting back into it. Getting back at it like a crack addict stuck in rehab. But yeah, that's the chapter. So what we thought was true happened. Cobra's dead. Now the part about Sabo being the one to do it, I remember this is the world government we're talking about. Them dirty motherfuckers. So I don't know about all that, but so we'll just see about that. But so Cobra is dead. I doubt they would have said that shit if he wasn't really dead. About Sabo murdering him, not so sure about that. But BB, what's going on with her? Well, she never liked being a princess, but did she go out to sea to try to find Luffy to be a pirate, or is she joining the revolutionaries? And Shanks is making a move, so it's gonna be interesting. What the fuck's gonna happen with Green Bull? Like, are they gonna notice him? Are Luffy gonna get involved, or and why did Momo tell Yamato not to fight? So yeah, it's just a lot happening. But we're gonna call it there. Thank you so much for joining me yet again. If you like what you heard, definitely like, comment, subscribe, you know, the YouTube shit. But until next time, take care of yourself. This has been your boy, the D, signing out. See ya.